Hi, I'm Ellen Rule.
Hi, I'm Debbie Kesselring. I'm here to apply for the Medical Staff Services Coordinator position.
And I'd like to ask you some questions. Why are you looking to relocate outside of Alaska?
I'm looking to move to the Washington or Oregon area as I have family that lives there.
What type of credentialing software are you familiar with?
I'm familiar with Access, Quality Edge for Windows, Echo, and we're about to launch the new Echo Cloud product.
Do you have any experience with any type of electronic health record? If so, in what capacity?
At my hospital we use Meditech, and I'm responsible for setting up new providers in the Meditech Provider Dictionary.
Do you have any experience in writing policy, rules, regulations, or bylaws?
Yes, I'm responsible for writing all the policies for the Medical Staff Office Department, and I also help the Chief of Staff when it comes to any bylaws or rules and regs, recommendations that come out of committees or the Med Staff meeting.
What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses?
I am a good leader. I am able to be resourceful. I can multitask. I'm able to keep things confidential. And as far as weaknesses, I don't always have the big picture and I'm not always able to think outside the box.
What would you do if a provider came in speaking to you in an anxious or an angry tone?
I would tell that provider that they would need to talk to me in a professional manner. And if the provider kept talking to me in a harsh tone, then I would give them notice stating that if they didn't change their tone that I was going to have to hang up. In the event that I had to hang up, I would let my supervisor know in the event that the provider calls them to complain about me hanging up on them.
What, if any, experience coordinating medical staff, continuing medical education, and then applying for accreditation?
At my hospital, I'm in charge of doing all the tumor boards and all the med staff meeting, continuing med educations, and then I apply for the CME accreditation through the ACCME with the help of the Washington State Medical Association.
We're considered paper light at our organization. Are you familiar with what that means?
Oh yes, I am. We're paper light at my hospital. We didn't have the resources to be completely paperless, but we do have the onboarding where the business office needs to access the license or DEA. They can do so by accessing it directly themselves online.
And how would you handle it if your CEO came in and stated that he had to push a provider through because their employment contract was going to be signed at the next board meeting?
I would tell my CEO that I'll process the application like I do all other applications. I'm not able to push anything through, and it really depends on how quickly people respond to the verification request. I'd also encourage them to not have the contract signed until after the credentialing is done, or maybe have a clause in there saying that the employment contract is based on the credentialing.
Tell me why you are involved in the Alaska Association Medical Staff Professionals.
I consider myself a geek in my medical staff office. I love being in the leadership. I love being a mentor. Alaska's a big state and it's hard sometimes to network. And also being on the leadership team, I'm also able to network with the people at the national level, which I thoroughly enjoy.
How do you feel about credentialed providers, senior leadership, and or department directors contacting you on your personal cell phone?
Right now at my hospital, they contact me on my personal cell phone. I always have it with me, so they know that they can always get a hold of me. And I think in the world of technology that that's really how people are going to be contacting you.
Well, thank you, Debbie.
Well, thank you. I'd like to thank my mom, Ellen Rule, for the interviewing, and my dad, Michael Rule, for providing the technical support and videotaping. This is Debbie Kesselring for the speech class, and today is November 30th, 2014. Thank you.